What's up, you guys? It is Agile here, Future Agile actually. And before we get started here with the actual build video, I just want to give you a quick disclaimer on the actual video here itself. When we first launch up here, we're going to have, I believe it's a crypt gate here instead of our steel double doors. During this video, I'm going to probably cut a few parts out here, but I had a few issues going through with this build here. The first one was that actual crypt gate, and you'll hear me complain about it several times during the video. Basically, the top was clipping through our floor there, and I hated that, and it bothered me a lot. So if you want to use the crypt gate to be able to see through here, that's up to you. An alternative I wanted to give you guys right off the rip here is I did put this steel gate in here, or steel double door I should say, and then I did use the iron window frame up here, or the steel, I can't remember which one it is, but it's either steel or iron. I think it's steel, up there on top there. So that's all I really did there, and I just framed it in with stone. And then the other main issue that I did have in the video here was just if we come inside here, obviously nothing is decorated yet because we haven't done our interior decoration video yet, but I did have a lot of trouble with the actual roof blocks. So when we did go through here, I did end up having this problem right here where we were one off here, which screwed up my roof for quite a while and threw my brain for a major loop. So just make sure when you're going through there, if you want to skip the roofing part, that's fine. Just skip over that. But just know that I got off by one here and it messed with my brain a little bit, and I didn't realize that I was off by one there. I thought I was correct. So just make sure your dimensions are correct when you're building it here, and you should avoid that problem. And then I also do mention in the video too that when I'm building this balcony here, that I will come back and put these rails in later, and as you can see, they are in here now as well. And then I just wanted to go and give you guys a little quick overview of the outside here. I did add in some extra windows here from what the actual video will be too, I do believe, but yes, you can add in windows as you please, basically. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little disclaimer here and tell you that there was a couple issues in there, but there's some easy fixes for them there as well. So feel free to adjust things as you need, but that is going to be the issue. So on to the video. What's going on, you guys? It is Agile here, and today we are back in Enshrouded, like usual. And we're going to be building a nice little gatehouse here. So if you are brand new to our little village series here, which I might end up throwing all these videos into an actual playlist here because, yeah, there's getting to be more and more of them here. But if you're brand new to this series here, thanks first off for watching this video here. Hopefully you guys enjoy the build, but we are right here on the map. So basically you'll spawn right here, starting area. First spire is right here in the Springlands. If you go straight to the northeast here, to the Alchemist Tower, straight to the east of the Lone Thistle here, you'll end up in this map area right here. And essentially what you're gonna have right here is just this little pond, and then this is where we're building our village right here. So with that, we're going to be building a little gatehouse here. So basically, if you want to build it exactly like me, the main road comes in from right here. I'm going back towards the spawn area. There's the Springlands Tower there. If you want to build it just like me, I built a little road coming right through this little hill here. This hill is naturally spawning, and our little gatehouse is going to be right here. And then we're just going to be building it up here. Yeah, so with that though, I am on a server here as well, my server, and if there's some random people that show up during the video here, that's just a bonus, I guess. But anyways, the blocks that you'll be needing here if you're going to build it exactly like me, and remember, feel free to change it up, is basically just what I'm using here on the top row here. So basically we have the regular stone blocks, we have half timber blocks, conifer wood, and roof tile blocks. The reason I have these shell limestone half timber blocks in here is because you could use either or depending on which color you like more. They're pretty similar. This one's got a little bit more intricate designs on the woodwork and whatnot. Ignore the rest of the stuff down here. It's just stuff from prior builds and whatnot, and then some decorations here that we might be using along the way. So with that, it's just about getting to be dark out here, and so we will see how long I have daylight here. But yeah, so basically this is going to be your foundation here to start. So all it really is just a 4-meter block here, and a 4-meter block here, and then I just extended it out a little bit here. And the reason that I did that is just because this gatehouse here, I wanted to make it look like it was gonna fit correctly. So basically, I just went off of the size of the gatehouse here. So you can tailor it to whatever size you need it to be. But if you're building it exactly like I am here, it is going to be one 4-meter block here with a little bit of extension there right on the end of each of those there. So you can see that difference right there. And then on this side over here, we have a 4-meter block and a 4-meter block here. And then all I've done so far is just added in a couple of walls here. And that was just so that I could kind of see. I like to get a picture in my head before I actually start building something, you know. In fact, I do have a reference image for this one here that we're building here today based on a medieval building here. So reference images are great. If you look those up on Pinterest or just Google Images or something like that, they're always nice to have. But basically what we're going to be having here is sort of just a little guard / gatehouse here. And let's get building on it here. I've already been blabbing for too long. So pretty much just follow along here if you want to build it exactly like I am. Or if you want to change some things up, feel free to do that as always to your builds as well here. And just so you know, I have not pre-built this, so I am liable to make changes along the way here. Do feel free to watch the video through there if you don't want to see me have to make changes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But yeah, so let's just get building here. So layer 1 here is just going to be a nice little layer of stone here, the regular stone blocks. And basically all we're doing with these, just kind of making some little boxes here. And as soon as it gets all the way dark out here, it might be dark enough now actually. I'm going to lay down here and sleep for a minute. And of course we got someone else in the server here, so it's going to take me just a hair longer here, but unless they jump into bed too, but just let the night go by here. And typically I don't cut this stuff out just because I don't know, I like to keep as much as I can in for you guys. If it gets to be way too long, then I will make cuts. But yeah, so anyway, so we have these two nice little boxes right here now, and these walls here are just basically retaining walls for the dirt is all that I built those for. But after these two walls here, what I think I'm gonna actually do now is go ahead and extend it out a little bit here. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we come down to our actual 2-meter roofing blocks here, we have these flat roofs here, and I do believe I'm going to use the roof tile blocks for this as well here. See if I can get this to snap correctly here. May or may not want to snap correctly for me here. We may have to do this manually here, we'll see. Sometimes the building is a little weird. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn off snapping, and then we'll go into first person here, and we'll just build this around here. Basically all I'm doing is just keeping one on there and building around here. We're going to leave this open for the gate here to swing, and we want this to be right here. Just keeping it nice and level here, just coming around here like so. And basically what I want to do is just make a little extended area here, because then on the bottom what we're basically left with is this nice wood pattern here, and then we're going to build up off of that here. So basically we can go ahead and get started on that then. So I'll come in here, go back over here to the for right now we could probably actually stick to the 4 meters here. I'm going to go down to the half timbered blocks here. I just want them to sit right on top of where our old one was there. So if we go just like that, right there, that'll give us a nice little roof here. In fact, we could actually, here's where I'm going to change things up a little bit. We could actually bring this over to here, see what that looks like. If we build that around there, how's that going to look for us here? If I square this corner off here, it's going to be fussy with me here. Like that. Like that. How do we look there? Could work, could work. Another thing we could try here. Bear with me, bear with me. Go up to our roofing blocks in the 1 meter and see what this looks like if I add on here. I extend that out just a little bit more. I think that's gonna look pretty nice. Or another alternative we could do here. And I do like to leave this stuff in there for you guys just so that you can kind of see my thought process as I'm going through here too, because I know a lot of people do struggle a lot with building, so we could actually bring it, where are we at here for being even, right here? Yeah, let's do that, I think. Basically, we'll get rid of these walls here, and then I'll come back up here and I'll just go along and get rid of one of these to make sure it's even again. That, and then basically all I did was just sink that wall back a little bit there, and basically that's just going to line up things a little bit better for us here. So go ahead and bring that over now to the corner here again. And like I said, if you want to change things up a little bit, like for instance if you wanted to use this block here, you could actually do that as well here, like so I can show you guys here. It's gonna sink it to it there, but it's gonna be weird. Hold on. Give me a sec. I got this. If you wanted to use a block like that, which actually that does look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. So I think we are gonna switch. Here's where I'm switching things up now. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is just go around here now and outline in the half timber block. So that's what I mean when I say I'm liable to change things. I do sometimes, I don't sometimes. Oops. I think it's hard to jump in the first person mode. But basically I'm just going to go around here and outline this. I just want to remove these that I had just placed down, so you won't have to do that part. Sorry if it caused an inconvenience here. Let's see here, if I do place it like that, what's that gonna look like? Looks quite nice. Alright, so now hopefully snapping does work here. Is it gonna work for me? Looks like it may or may not. Might be a pain here. Alright, so basically I just want to keep this on the ledge there like we had just done before. Just gonna square off this corner here. Go right up to the gate here. That's a little wide here. Let's bring it back one. There we go. Oh. Just like this. And square off this corner. That, square off this corner here, and connect these, and then we're going to square off this corner. So now what we're left with is the same style, just a different version basically. So use whichever one you like more. If you like the roof tiles on the bottom, that's fine, like kind of a little extra detail there. Or if you like this for detail on the bottom, I do like that a little more for this build in my opinion, but it's up to you really. So now we're going to switch back to our actual half timber blocks here. And we'll go to our 4-meter walls here. And what I want to do is just go ahead and these place on here. In the right position though would be great. So corner it off there. Just like this. Am I crouched? I was crouched. And then right over here like this. Come over to this side here. We're just going to go around the perimeter here, all the way around. Like so. Oh my word, there's water here. Put this away and swim over here. And yes, I will be building a bridge here. You won't have to you won't have to swim all the way over there. There we go. Alright, we might actually have to go through here. I wonder if I can make that jump. Nope. Alright, we'll have to go the long way then. Alright, so now we're back on track, and we'll be adding in later windows and stuff and doors later here too, but actually we'll probably add our door cutout here in a second. But for now we're just going to add this in here, square that off right there, And then the gate moves right up there, so kind of up to you if you want to seal this off here or not. I probably will end up doing it eventually, but I'm going to make just a nice little area here like this, like so. And then I'm going to come up here and we're going to do the exact same thing here with our 2-meter block. Go over to the ceiling block here. And I just want to raise this up 1 right there and just extend that out. Oop, that's off just a little bit there. I don't want it to be off. I want it to be exactly perfect. And now we can go ahead and seal this up here by just coming along here and seal this up like this. Go back into first person, just a little easier for me there. And we'll round that, or square that corner off. Not round it off, but you could make rounded corners, I suppose, but it would take you a lot longer. And just like this. And over here. Square this corner off here. Like so. And connect it like that, and then square this corner off here. Alright, and so what we're going to basically have is a multi-tiered structure here, just getting wider as we go up in the typical medieval fashion there. And we'll be adding in some support little structure areas there too. By the way it looks here, but yeah, we're gonna go back to our walls here now. And we'll just be adding in our actual wall blocks. Once again, turn on snapping for this here. That. There. And each one of these will be a full floor here for our little kind of guard house where the guards can hang out on their shift and whatnot if you want to build something stronger looking. I mean, this is just for our village here, so it's just a nice little cozy guardhouse, gatehouse type thing. All right, and so now basically we have our 3rd story here, ground floor, 2nd and 3rd story here. Depending on what country you're from, that makes sense. But now we're just gonna do a roof, and I'm gonna take a drink of water there before I get completely parched. And so now I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the 4-meter roof here, and I'm just gonna flip it around, and I'll just place one on each corner here, and hope that the roofing does not suck as bad as some of our other builds. I mean, suck to build, because sometimes roofing is just a pain. And then we'll go ahead and seal it up here. This is a pretty easy square build here. Zoom out here a little bit, and then I'll come in here. Connect that just like that. Should be the same height. Put this one around here. Connect that. And ooh, I may have moved that in a little bit. Let's see here. Yes, I did get this corner just a little bit off here. There we go. It's looking more like it. Seal off this here as well. Make sure that we look good all the way around. It's looking good. Then what I'm going to go ahead and do is just go ahead and grab our... let's do a 4-meter for now. And come across here. Maybe we'll switch up the building type. Let's switch to our conifer wood here. Just build across here for now so that you can actually get to the... Oh, what am I trying to say here? And why does that look different? I thought we were good, but I was wrong. One of these things is not like the other here. Is it this corner again, or did I just place that? If I go off of this one, where do we connect? It is this corner here again. Alright, corner. What are you doing to me here? What do we got going on here? What is happening? Why does that one seem like it's off so much? Ah, yes, because now we're going to be a major pain. Okay, so, ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, getting back up there is going to be a challenge. But we can go ahead and add in our door now, I suppose. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this out. And I'll grab my 1 meter here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut out a nice little door frame. Right in the middle here. And we'll fill it in with the door here in a little bit. So now I can just run in here, and I'll be able to double jump up on this, or not. Okay, well, I may have sealed myself in here. Quick trick for you guys if you're wondering how to get up on something like this, then is just build yourself a little platform right there. And I want to eventually put ladders in here for the way for the guards to get up and down, because it's just a little guardhouse. So for now, we'll just add in some temporary blocks to jump up here, since our roof is going to be a major pain. And we can do a few different things here to try to fix this. Roofs can be very, very annoying sometimes. Oh, that's gonna be the wrong angle though. This should be a nice square build, but because our dimensions don't line up, it should fit nicely in there. Actually, what we could do, this is gonna be the wrong position. Up one more. We did have a little overhang there, but I wanted to take a look over here. What does our bottom look like? Why do we drop down a level there? All right. I think I might know what's going on here. Get out of the water again. In fact, what we may actually do is just add in some temporary little platforms here, so that I don't keep falling into the water. I'm trying to look at our roof. All right, there we go. So yeah, so that side is all janked up. This side is good, that side is good. So yes, it's literally just this side that is causing the grief here. You see how it goes down a little bit there? Down or up? I believe it's down. So this is the kind of stuff that I do like to leave in. If you don't like it, just skip past it. I understand not everybody likes to see this. They just want to see me build the way it's supposed to be and be done with it. But I like to leave it in there because it allows you to kind of see the realness of building some of these builds here that I go through on my videos. So if you want to see the final product, I usually do walkthrough videos of all my builds too here when I'm done, so kind of up to you. Okay, so you see how that goes down so far there? How that overhangs so far there? Should not really be doing that. I'll take a look over here. See how that one doesn't hang down as far? So then the question is, why, if we're the same level, why is it doing that? And so I'm pretty much just going to build from this way now. I'll extend coming this way. Then we'll go in here like this. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip it like this. So we're nice and level there. That's where the corner should be. And then that's where this one should be. Alright, see how we got light in between there too, and over here we don't. So I think what's actually happening here is my first corner right here was actually off. because we didn't really look too close when we placed that one down. So let's flip this around here. And my experience is the snapping usually makes this worse here than what it actually should be. You can decide for yourself, I guess, what you like more. Getting the roof to lay just exactly right is always just so annoying. Roofing is my least favorite thing, if you couldn't tell. Alright, that should be laying exactly where we want it to be now. So we'll come along here and fix the actual roof itself, and of course it's gonna rain. Of course. Alright, now we can come over here. We're gonna work off of it going this way. We're actually extended out further than what we should be here. Let's flip this around. So this should be the exact same level here. The question is, are we going to be exactly right if we place it like that? Let's get rid of this roof here. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. Alright, so now we should be right on this corner over here too. If I bring this way. Okay, good. If you guys want a little bit different of a roof, that's totally up to you too. Alright, now let's try to put this roof back down. We're going to remove this one here. We'll flip this around here. Turn off our snapping again. Should be right there. Don't want it to be quite that wide. Okay, our roof needs to line up right there, and it's not, so it's not in the correct position. This is seriously what takes the longest in every one of my videos. Is roofing. Nope, done that right. You guys know a quicker way to roof? Let me know. Alright, so you see how we have a little bit of light under there yet? Here's a few ways that we can fix this as well here. So basically, if your roof isn't lining up, but that's where the corner should be, you can actually come up here then too, and we can fix that with the 1 meter block here in just a sec. Let me put this wall in first here. We'll fix that here in 1 sec. All right, and now we should be you're seeing me in real time be very confused. Somewhere along the line, I must have gotten 1 pixel off. If I get rid of this one. That's not the right block. Interesting. Okay. You could say that I am the confusion. This is the corner that we were working off of. But somewhere along the lines, I must have gotten my wall dimensions off by 1, but I don't see how that's possible. So in order to rectify this, I think what I'm actually going to do is just my other thing I could do, like now we're even all the way around here. A little hole in the roof there too, minus right here. So we might try to fix this Sometimes you gotta do some jankiness. Like, I wonder if I then was to take... How did we get that off then? And that would be the correct height here. We'll have to go like that and then bring this one over here like that, and then we'll just have to have it a little bit longer. Somewhere along the lines, I must have gotten one block off, but you can usually fix the roof like we just did there. It just takes time. Like, it shouldn't do that, but if you get off by one block, that is what happens right there. Oops, I want to do the build, not the... All right, now that we're back on track, like I said, if you don't like that stuff, I apologize, but it's a part of building, so it is what it is. All right, now we're gonna flip this around, and we'll just place this down like this, and that should all match up nicely there. Good. All right. And then if you want to add in some extra little windows here, like dorm windows or something like that, you can go ahead and do that now. So like if we wanted to place a dorm window in, we could put something like this down right here, and then we could come to our 1 meter blocks here, and we could just connect this going over here. And keep going until you basically have your roof all connected here. Like that, I don't mind that. A little bit more character. Oop, that one might have been one too high there. Do I like this side or do I like this side more? I think we like the other side more. Let's take her back down here. A few notches. Basically, you can build it up however you really want, but for me, I think we're just going to connect it until it's all connected like that. Perfect. And then to basically make your window here, you'll just cut out a little area here. And you can sink this in as far as you want or build it up as far as you want. So basically now what you can do is you can choose different blocks. So essentially if I don't want the roofing block here, if I want to use like conifer wood and then bring a nice little pillars down here like so. And then try my best to line this up here. So then we could actually get rid of that one if we wanted to. I might just actually trim this window out, possibly. So you can do it kind of however you want there. If you want to sink it in more, you can sink it in. If you want to trim out a window, you can trim out a window. That's fine too. What I mean by that is basically you can add in however which size you want here. Kind of hard to see with this in my way here, but just how bright it is. Then you can basically just build straight in or straight out here. And so like what I'll do here is I'll go from pretty much right here in line with this one. Should line me up pretty good. I'll just take out this here, and then basically I'm just gonna make a little balcony here. And like I always say, your build's probably not bad. It's probably just done too quickly. You need to have lots of patience and just kind of build in the 1x1 blocks to really detail stuff up. And there are some shortcuts you can take and whatnot too, but like that. And then I just want to go in line with that again. bust this stuff out here. Bring it all the way up. That. These in here. Oop. That. And then I'm just gonna bring this across, basically across here. So that one here. I just want to make kind of a nice little frame here for our window, if I can. Just like that. And there we go. That retains our nice little window shape there. We're even on both sides. And then we can just go ahead and frame this in if we want to. So now you can come in here with a few different options for you. You can come in here with fences and or hand railings, and actually run them up and down here on a nice curve, which we probably will end up doing here. Or you can frame it out with wood. Like you can come in here and grab out some different blocks to kind of frame it out however you'd like. It's really up to you on how you want to do that, but for right now I'm going to leave this like this, and then we'll come back to that here when we have some more of our actual railing blocks and whatnot. So but yeah, so you can kind of make your windows however you want there, just by using some of those there. If you want a big window like that, you can have it, and then I'm going to go ahead and decorate that as well more as I get going here. So but that's going to be your general structure there of your actual little kind of area for your guards to hang out in there. It's almost nighttime again out here. And now we're just going to go ahead and actually build in our little kind of stone structure over here. So we're going to keep this kind of more stone-like here. And basically, can I close up this gate here? There we go. And then it is dark out, which I don't like building in the dark, so I'm just going to lay down here and sleep again. But we're basically going to go ahead and use our timber blocks, again, half timber blocks, to build a little extension onto our stone side over there. And just kind of give it a little more of a breakup and variation there for it. And again, this is not a building in my world's lore here to hold off an invasion force. This is a building to check traders and small brigand bands, you know, coming into the village here. So, so now we'll go back over here to this, and we'll go ahead and grab out our, I think what we'll actually do is keep this one straight. Go to your half timber blocks here, back over to the walls here, and now I'm just going to go ahead and, using snapping here, we'll go ahead and place these down here. First, it's going to try to be a pain for me. And all that I really want to do here is just basically bring these around here so that it's one of the best building systems in the world and one of the most frustrating. So basically we just wanted to look something like that, and now we're just going to go ahead and get back up on top of that there. To do that, I'm probably going to have to go all the way around here because we haven't added a door in yet. On this roof here. And then we can go ahead and drop down here. Hopefully we don't fall. Basically all I want to do now is just kind of bring a roof over from the other side there. So basically I'll just go ahead and grab 4 meter might be too big. Be big enough? Let's see here. Might work. It might work. I kind of want it to connect here, so we just want it to be against that wall and against this. So it's floating there, which I don't like. Move that then. don't like when they're floating like that. I want it to be against that wall. That, and in there like that. And that should connect it nicely to this roof up here. And then if we look down here, yes, if we go all the way around here without falling, like a cat, we should be connected over there, which is good. And then on the same thing on this side here, I just want it to be against there and against this. That should connect it nicely there. We should be against there. Perfect. All right, and then for a cap up here, we have a few different options here. But we could just probably end up going with something like this. Come on, snap. And is that going to work? Is that going to connect it right? I think it's going to be off if I use snapping here. It's just a little bit of a jank angle here. So we'll have to manually build those in there, but we'll do that here in a sec. Basically, I'll go back to my 4-meter roof blocks here, and then I'll turn snapping back on. Push this down. Over here. Same thing over here. That down, and then I want to round this corner off here. Which again, we'll have to fix that up a little bit there because I want to double check it down here. Okay, it should actually go in one more. So it should actually be... Nope. I'm really concentrating here. Should actually be somewhere right in there. And I'll have to come in here, remove this one. So like that. And then you can use your 2-meter blocks here. Oop, back over to the right one here, the roof side. Actually round this off here, make it nice. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one here. Back to our 4-meter here. Now you could use the 2 meters and really build it up, or you could actually use something like this block here, the inner roof corner here, which would be fine too if you wanted to build it that way. But I'm going to stick with this method for now. This is going to be a nice little tricky endeavor here. Not correct there. If I could just extend it out a little bit more, would be perfect, and then we could see it perfectly, but oh no. Okay, that's going to be the right height there. We might be in a little bit too much there, though. Oh yeah, we're in just a little bit too much there. Let's go ahead and make this a little easier on ourselves here. Turn snapping back on here. If it's gonna cooperate with me. Okay, we are actually... No, I didn't see that before. We're actually floating over here. So that's why that corner wasn't coming out right. Let's go ahead and remove that. And then we can bring this in here. Thought something felt weird there. Alright. Now we should be connected correctly. Yeah, no light underneath there. Still connected up here. We should be connected to that right there. Good. And then we'll go ahead and form our corner up here, which should now be correct. Alright. Bring this in. There. And we're going to have to probably remove that one and then go back to our 2 meters here like we did before. Come on, snapping mode. There we go. Alright, so now it should look the same over there to over here. And then we're going to actually have a little way to get over on the inside there. So if we come back over here, back in here, and we drop down. Now, if we come back over here, we should have a nice little connected roof over here. And we do. And we are not in the middle here. Middle would be right here. This, that would be the middle block, so we're gonna have to go this way one more. Like that. And I have no lights for in here, but I can run and grab some here quick. See, now we can see down there. And what we're actually going to go ahead and do then, I think, is we will grab some metal grates and then put them in there because we should be... I do want a way to get across here. We should be... Where am I at here? Okay, something like that. And are we sitting directly above that? It's gonna be pretty hard to tell. It is very dark in here. Yeah, we're gonna put some windows in here too as well, but I'm thinking about putting metal grates in here so you can actually see underneath here. I'll do this, just go up here to the 1 meters. I'll just take this out so it's not as wide. Like that. By crouching, you can get down here. Oop, and then I clicked the wrong thing again. Did a nice half timber here, and we'll probably just end up sealing this up here with half timbers. Let me come over here. Crouch. Jump, drop down here. And then we'll go ahead and just seal this up with the singles here. I'm thinking, because we could do it like that and seal this all the way up here. And seal it off like that and just have this open here. That's just like a little covered bridge area. Or we could put in metal grates so we can see down below. I guess I'll leave that up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and try to seal this off here once. See what it looks like. Something like that. A little bit of a weird texture thing here on this one. Ah, interesting. Anyway, something like that there. We can still see down. We may still make metal grates in here. I don't know. We'll see. But, alright, let's actually run out here and make sure that our roof didn't do anything funky with that. Did add in these here, but yeah, it doesn't actually look too bad. If you don't want that there, your alternative is either to get rid of those and have that open there, or you could actually come in here to your roofing blocks again, and you can go ahead and build, turn that snapping off. You can build it up one more here and just kind of stack it like that, and it will cover that. And then you could put one down here, so. And you can cover that up there. And if you're wondering what that looks like on the inside, pretty much it'll look like that. And then bring this down one. That's not what we wanted. That was the same level. Like that. And let's take a look at the inside here. I'm just trying to give you guys options. I like to, I just like to try to give you guys some options in my videos. So, and that does not change the interior at all. Like that. So it's really up to you what you want to do. Like I said, I am usually a favor, unless you're going for the square look, to break up the square look a little bit. So, I really don't have a problem with doing something like this here. So you put it like that. I'll make sure that we're lined up good. That one over too far. That one is over too far, I think. Let's see here if this works or not. Yeah, we're not over far enough with that one. There we go. Then we want to put this one down. One more to hide that. Did I go 2 above? What exactly did I do on this side? I've forgotten already. It should be right there, but it's telling me that I'm wrong, so that one did connect up there. Let's try going one more higher. All right, there we go. That's what I did. Up, there we go. Now we're good. Yep, now we're good. All right, and just go ahead and turn that into that, and that into that. And I did place that one, looks like wrong here again. Yeah. There we go. Nope, still not. All right, you silly goose, you. All right, there we go. Well, I don't want to fuss too long. Man, the perfectionism is coming out. Okay. Gonna lose my mind. And if I don't fix it now, I'm not gonna fix it, so. Oop. What is the problemo here? We are even for those. What I need to basically do is keep this over 1 without it pushing into the ground like that. Oh my word. Roofing, please. All right, there we go. I will get this. This is my new mission. We don't want snapping on. We want it to be right here. Why do you insist on dropping it down a tier? Okay, that's the way it's staying for right now. I don't know why it's not working. It should end up exactly like this one. I am the confusion, but I'll end up fixing it later. But anyways, do your roof how you want to do it. The alternative option, the easy option, is to probably not do this on the inside here and just leave this open and then seal this up on the bottom here. It's up to you if you want to do that or not. But yeah, that's basically what you would do with it. But if you can get the roof to work right, breaking up the 2D textures always helps out too. So anyways, all right, so now we basically need to do interior work here a little bit anyway. So it's kind of up to you how exactly you want to do it here. So if you come on the outside here, and actually look on the inside, you can see this is kind of what it's looking like here. That roof is driving me bonkers, man. I will fix that roof at some point. When we do the guided tour, the roof will be fixed. But anyways, basically what it'll look like here is it'll come up here, the gatehouse will be shut, and then you could actually mold this a little bit differently here too. If you wanted to do straight walls in here, you could do that, so that the gate doesn't cut into this roof over here. What do I mean by that? So like basically when you open this up, it will cut into your roof here. If you want to negate that, take out your hammer here and go ahead and get rid of these blocks and build your wall straight up and down here, or angle it up using one of these blocks here. Basically angle it going up here so you have a little more room to work with, but I don't mind that so much. It kind of looks like it's on hinges there. And now what you can do, you can either leave it as kind of a built up area like this, or you can go ahead and grab out your 2 meters here, and you could build across like this, all the way across, so that you can't actually see that. So it's kind of like a little hidden compartment in there, which actually, let's see what that looks like here, shall we? Oh, you're gonna have to start it right here. Which I'm actually kind of liking that a little bit. I could just go ahead and seal this up here so you can't see it at all. And if you want to use a different gate too, that's perfectly fine. On this side here, we have a nice little curve there, which is just fine. And then by doing that, if we come on the inside here again, well, first, that's what the bottom will look like. And if we come on the inside here, basically all that we've done then is we have this gate sticking up here though is the problem. But you can walk through it. But anyways, when you close it, close it from up here. There we go. When you close it there, it'll look like that. So a little jank. So it's kind of up to you if you want to build this higher or lower. Up to you. I'm never really going to be in here. It's just for the aesthetic basically. So what I'm going to go ahead and do then is grab out our 2 meter wall block here, regular stone, and I will go ahead and sink this in one here. Will that still look okay? I think we'll actually take this up, form a nice little stone wall here. See what that looks like on the outside. Yeah, okay, that looks fine. Except for our roof up there. But anyways, apart from the roof, because then all I'm going to really do here then is just come up here. And I'll come back over here. I'm just going to get out my 1 meter here. And what I'm going to do is just cut in a nice little window here. So we can see right down there. So if we were to be attacked or something like that, we could still fire, our archers could still shoot our arrows down there into that little opening there. Like so. And then this side here, you can kind of do what you want. I mean, it's not like they're really going to be sieging you from this way, presumably. So you can do a few different things there. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just trying to make a fancy decoration here. If I put one here. Here. I'm gonna build this up then. Okay. Wanted to go one more. Give me one more. There we go. Now I can hopefully tow from the ceiling. Oh, maybe not. There we go. All right. So connect that there. Okay. And connect that there. We'll just have some nice little pillars here, so that when you're standing out here on a little island here or something like that, you just have some little texture variation there. Build whatever you want there. If you want another solid wall to seal in another room there, that's fine. If you want to put in metal grates or wood grates or something like that, that's fine too. But yeah, so basically we want to put in obviously windows and stuff like that here. So so some of the blocks here, it's kind of up to you if you want to use actual iron wooden window frames here, or the yellow luminescent blocks. I'm going to use yellow luminescent blocks because it's going to look like there's light coming from the inside there. And then I'll go ahead and grab our carved doors here as well. Because now basically I just want to go ahead and fit this carved door in here. Like so. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, switch back here to this. And then I'll switch back over here to our actual regular stone blocks here. And all I'm going to do is just go ahead and... Oops, I didn't want that. I wanted our ceiling blocks here. All I'm going to do here is just a nice little balcony right here, so we can get in and out. And I will eventually connect this with the path that's going to run around the pond here probably, and then also connect via the path down here to our main path going into the village. So let's open up the store here. Alright, so we're going to want some windows now, right? So, oops, that's not what I wanted. Basically, we can cut in some nice windows here using our 1 meters here. We'll go ahead and cut in some nice windows here. And again, it's up to you if you want to decorate these up really fancy or, you know, make them look any different at all. This is kind of what I'm going with here. So now it'll give us light in here as well. And then at nighttime, it'll also look like, see, as you can kind of see, the sun is getting kind of low now. It looks like there is actually light coming from the inside here. If you want it to be more of a fortress kind of look, leave them wide open there so you can see out. But it's up to you. And I think, let's see here. I don't actually mind that. We could use some things to decorate them up, like decorate them a little bit nicer here. We could add in some nice window frames here. Like that. Just add in some nice little texture there. What we could actually do too is, if you wanted to, you could connect them up here. Just break it up even more there. Maybe if we put it like this. Something like that. That doesn't look too bad. It's really up to you how you want to decorate with the wood there. You know, yeah, it's just a matter of preference. You could use all different kinds of decoration blocks too to add in shutters or whatever you really want to do there. So now we've got some little windows here that are providing some light for us. And then we do need some ladders, which I'm not sure if I have any ladders here, so we might actually have to go grab some ladders. But let's continue on with our windows here. So we do have our nice little window right here that we do want to actually be able to see out of. And then if I do want a floor on this building over here as well. So if we do come over here to this building, we want the way to access this building to be via the main living area here, or kind of quarters area. So in order to do that, we need to come up here to this, and we need to cut in a door here, just like we have over here. Yeah, that's going to be in my way, isn't it? May end up switching up the gates on this because it is kind of annoying. It doesn't block you, like you can walk right through it, but it is a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Oops. Got one too many there, I think. Oh, no, I didn't. Where do we go here? We gotta go one wider this way. It could actually match the door above us here if we go. Fill this back in here. So if we actually want to match the doorway above us here, we'll take out this one. If you don't want a gate on there, you don't have to have a gate either. It's up to you, really. There we go. Now we have a nice little door frame here. I think we're gonna probably take out another one here. Or that'd be like 4 wide, I think. Like so. The first person here, so we can go a little faster. Alright, and then we do want another level in here, so drop down in here, and it is going to work out pretty well, I think. So we'll actually go with the 2 meter here, ceiling block, and then the counter for wood. And I can't get up there again. It's very dark in here. If you want, you can actually punch out one of these walls here to brighten it up too. Nothing wrong with that. Walls you're building in here. You could run and grab some lights, but typically my videos end up being a little longer than I'd like them to be for a few reasons, but basically I like to do my interior videos separate from my actual exterior builds. What I'm trying to say. Where we at here? Yeah, so then we'll put a ladder in there as well there. And then it's kind of up to you how you want to do windows. Basically what we can do here is you can go on the outside basically and punch in your windows however you want. So like I say we wanted a window. Come on. Say we wanted a nice window right here. Let's punch one more out over here. We can see how that's gonna look here. For width wise, I actually kind of like that. So we're gonna go ahead and, if I can here. So now we know where that window's gonna be. Looking at it from the outside there, because most of the time you're gonna be on the outside, probably looking in at this stuff. So I feel a little block right there. That's probably why it was mad at me. So we can go up here. This, add in our light source here. Take out all these blocks then. And basically add in the rest of these here. You can see they do look like a very fancy looking window block here, and they do actually give off pretty good amount of light. Actually hear enemies outside, so it must be nighttime. There are patrols that will walk down this street here, so be prepared for that. This is a riffraff we're trying to keep out of here. Yeah, they're right over there. Dirty thieves. But you can see now what it actually did here for the blocks. And it looks like a nice little window right there. And again on this side here, we're going to do the same thing, only this time I'm going to probably do 2 separate windows here. So coming off of the actual corner block here, we'll go up, and then I want to probably cut in 1 right there, and then we'll make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. We'll do the same thing on this side here. So we'll come up here, I'll go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. And we'll be able to make some nice windows in there. Okay, so we'll come back in here. Like that. We'll go up like this. Break these out here. And if you want to make them taller or skinnier, it's up to you as well. I'm going to go for a nice rectangular shape here. And something you can actually do too here when we get to the decoration part of the interior, we're gonna add in like flower pots and stuff on the outside, so it'll look much nicer as well there than just your basic windows. So again, a lot of the decorating in this game unfortunately does not come from building with the blocks here. It does come from the actual placeables that you can put down, which is fine. It's just a different way of actually building. Now we've got some nice windows in here, really lighten up the place well. And again, we are going to put some ladders in here. If you want to do stairs, you could do stairs as well in here, I suppose. Maybe we'll try some stairs here. Let's grab out our conifer wood blocks here. And an easy way to do stairs, just to simply pick where you want to start your stairs here. So we'll say right here, and just build them down. Turn off snapping there because it's going to be a pain. And you can actually build them over here. Go one more over here. Alright. I want them to connect to the wall here. That's what I was trying to fix without having to get rid of them all, but we'll get rid of them all. So they're connected to the wall. There we go. Now you have some nice stairs in here, which, yeah, I mean, looks much better, I suppose, than a ladder. So we can leave that in there. We can go ahead and we can get rid of this block here. Okay. Be a bit of a pain, but actually it doesn't actually look that bad there, so let's go ahead and make some nice little windows in here. What do I want to do here exactly? Something like that, and then we can make this a little bit nicer here too by filling in here. Perhaps turn off snapping. It's going to be a pain. That, and then we'll just bring that over. So we'll go back up to our 1 meter block here. Bring that down. Bring that over like that. We'll just seal this off here. Oops. Like that. You have a nice little storage area there. Sorry for the flashing screen there. Nice little storage area there with some windows letting light in there. Natural light. You can see your village here out there. We'll be adding in lighting and stuff later as well here. But of course our windows are acting as light as well. And I think here to get up to the top floor here, we will actually be doing a ladder. I will experiment here a little bit, I think. Get rid of these two ones. If I bring my stairs like this, these stairs do come up here. Wish we could make these just a little bit steeper here. which we definitely could. One thing we can do to change this here is actually bring our stairs right down the middle here. Make sure they connect, and we can grab a platform here. Build that right there. Actually gonna have to bring it out just a tad bit more here. Probably actually make them come right over here, perhaps. Something like that would be just fine. Right there, extend it out a little bit. You have stairs coming up this way, so basically you come up the stairs right here. I'll grab our wood here. We want to make sure we have enough room for our head yet, which is going to pretty much be right there. And I'm using conifer wood on the inside here. Again. And then to make this look a little more realistic, go ahead and place in a pillar right there. And then it's really up to you if you want to seal this in here, or if you'd rather do some fun pillar work here. That, then come over here with these. Fill that in. So fill that block in right there as well. Okay, now we're going to be a pain again here with the snapping. Sure, we're good here. We're going to need the 1 meter block and put that little piece in right there. And we've got some nice steps coming in here. Just like that. We could actually decorate that up a little bit more too. How far can we push this? I'd like to have a pillar right there if I could. That's not a pillar. Alright, let's hit all the wrong buttons before I find the right ones. I'd like this to come over to Can I still get up there? Ooh, I might be able to. What if I add in one more layer? Really going for the perfectionism here. That's gonna be pushing it, I think. Oh, no. Alright. I'll leave it like that, I guess. So then we can come over here. Back to our pillars again. Add in another pillar here. And you've got yourself a little platform here to get up and down again. Don't worry, we'll be decorating it up nice too later. I'm almost wondering if I don't want to take this out and make it. Yeah, I'm having ideas. I'm having a vision. So if I switch back here, what if we don't want this up here? I removed a block I didn't want to down there. Let's remove this walkway entirely up here. If you want it, keep it. And then what we can actually do, jump down here. We can get rid of all of that as well. Up there, so we can redo our roof again so it looks normal. And then, man, this down here really bothers me, this gate. We may reposition our gates a wee bit here. You could actually hide it in the walls if you wanted to. But we'll see. I don't know. Okay, I'm having too many ideas. So basically then once we have our stairs in here like this, we can come up here and we can fill this back in as well. Where do we need to walk here? Should probably keep these open for now. Let's fill these in here with conifer wood. We may need to round this off here a little bit. Not by rounding, but by actually getting rid of some of these here. Okay, looks good. We're against there. Now we have a nice open area there. We can go ahead and seal this back in here. So, like so, and then, ooh, I'd love to be able to hide that. What does this actually meet up at here? Really trying hard to hide that gate. Pretty narrow and coming in through there. But we should be able to hide that gate though. If we layer this up here. Okay, and if we move that gate just a little bit forward here, and we layer this side the same way over here, so basically in the corners here, we layer this going all the way up. We can make a beam going across there. Quit being jank. Like that. And then it must be getting dark outside or something. I cannot see anything in here once again. Or we're just cutting off more light maybe. Alright, then if we reposition this, you know, to the right some here and forward, we should be able to hide a lot of it in here. Like these big ugly beams here, big ugly posts, whatever. Or we could just switch up gate types too. Maybe we'll go looking for a different gate. But basically now you have this up here, and my, if we haven't found the culprit to our roofing problem. Look at that little bad boy corner right there. Remember how we were having so much trouble with the roof? These bad boys are out too far. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to fix that at this point. I'll fix all the roof stuff here off camera, but look at that little light coming in there. Alright, and then up here we did want this to be a nice little sort of area you can look out right here. So what we'll do is then just come with our 1 meter block here again. I'll just fill this in. Coming this way. Not going down. But come out here like this. However wide you really want it to be. Or however long, I guess. Would it be long or width, depending on which way you're looking at it, I suppose. First person mode here. Basically, I want it just wide enough so that I can actually get Nice set of stairs on either side here. You are going to have to be out a little bit there because otherwise you'll hit your head on the slanted roof tiles there. And then of course we will put railing up here as well. Alright, and then all I'm going to simply do here is just grab one of these. I will place it right here, and then I'll grab stairs. Place them, not right there. Wrong, right there. And then we'll just have stairs going up here, and we'll do the same thing on this side over here. So just go ahead and grab our stairs here. There we are, in line with that. We'll grab our ceiling block here, 2 meters. Put it down right there, which I think is going to be even here. Oh, it went up one. Oh, that's why. There we go. Now we can place this in right here. There. And get up and down here just like that. And then now it's up to you what you want to do with your stairs here. If you want to leave them like that. What I typically like to do if I have an area like this is I will add in something like our 1 meters here. I will add in, well, first we should probably seal this off. I will add in some little decorative beams here like so, and then basically just make a little platform here coming off of here like that, and over here in this corner. I think going to first person, that'll probably be easier. And then basically what I'm able to do then is just place lights on these corners like that. We can come down here. You can seal this in however you want with your stairs. For me here again, I'm just going to go ahead and these are pillars here, or columns I guess they're called in the 2 meter section. And just make sure that you're lining them up there like that one was off. That one's off again. Turn on snapping, yeah, that might help me. Or it might hurt me. Should be right there. There we go. Like that. You can see that nice warm light that it's giving off from those windows down there too, which is nice. I like the warm light over sometimes the harsh white light like this from the outside is a little bit much. So the warm light can look very nice. And then it's up to you how you really want to seal off this stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of the quicker way here. That. And I want to just go ahead and grab in that block. Make sure I didn't poke through on the bottom. Oh, I did not. I'm just going to go ahead and seal in these stairs here. That. And on this side over here, all I'm going to do is just grab my 1 meter. And I'm just going to probably fill in like this because you won't see that. And connect it like that, so we have a nice little platform for light there too. Really up to you how you want to decorate this bottom part here. You can put crates under here, you could put whatever you want, really. Armor or lighting or little kitchen area to cook here. Or like I said, it's kind of up to your imagination how you want to decorate the stairs here. Already ceiling? Oh, okay, I couldn't see it. And then over here, all I'm gonna do is just grab out our. Oh, let's do the 1 meter again here. And just go ahead and seal that in there, and we can store stuff underneath the steps. So there, now you have some nice steps there, and if you want them to look exactly the same, go ahead and make them like that. I sometimes like to do things like this because it feels a little more organic, where I just space them out a little differently. I do know there are some people who hate that though, so it's up to you if you want to do that or not. Yeah, it's up to you. But anyways, so now we have this up here, which I do want to make this the same here. Probably should have done beforehand. There we go, those are the same. And all I'm gonna do now is just connect these two here. We have a nice beam, and we will. I think our beams are going to be right underneath this floor here. So, yeah, should be one right there. Come up here. So, oh, actually way over here. Okay. It's going to be a little different than I thought. I wanted to connect this area here, but we'll probably just end up right onto your walls here. Flip it, snap it, and fill her in. Like that. Come down here. See what that looks like. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. Alright, we still have this gate here, which is a problem. Which is frustrating. But since we're doing the stair thing now, we'll probably end up building stairs over here as well. So to do that, I'm just going to bring them coming off of this wall here probably. So we'll put our 2 meter ceiling block down here. Like that. We'll grab our 2 meter stairs. Turn on our snapping here, which should allow me to snap. Yeah, there we go. And again, if you want them against the wall, put them against the wall. Oop, I am using the way wrong block for that, my word. Right. Actually, I think I might put them against the wall here. Make it a little thinner too. Coming down here, that shouldn't be on the outside yet. There's your 2 meter block here. Fill that in. Let me make sure it's not poking out. It is not. Good. So basically, now you have this nice little stairway here where you can get up and down over here as well. And this is pretty much just like your little kind of stronghold position here, if you will, where you can do something like you could add in little slits here. If you want to put in windows over here, you can do that as well. And in fact, I think that we will add in some nice light here with our luminescent blocks, yellow luminescent blocks here. We'll just go ahead and cut in a window or two here. I want to use the yellow luminescent blocks? No, that's the question. I might leave it like that, actually. Let a little bit of light in here, and then we should probably seal this back up too here. Push back down to our walls here. And now we do have some light coming in here, which is nice. And of course, we can come back up here. And on the outside here, we'll add in some more light. You didn't know you can run out of most of those windows like that. So yeah, so we will go ahead and grab this now, and we will go back up here to singles, and I will cut in some lights up here, little window blocks. First person just doing the singular blocks is really, really nice. And again, if you want these symmetrical, count out your blocks. That's up to you. I'm building medieval here. I feel like in a lot of medieval builds, things were not always super symmetrical, depending on the level of build there. So I kind of like when things are a little jank. But now if we actually go on the inside here, and that gate does look nice on the outside though. Okay, anyway, right. So we'll come over here to our door again. We'll come in here. And then to get across, we just run right through here. And we'll continue to work on getting this filled in correctly here, like that. Just want to build this over here so we have a nice little platform up here. We got some nice vaulted ceilings in here. Oh yeah, I did want to fix this one block here too. There we go. And now we got some light there. Again, as we just saw up here, we've got some light up here, shining in here. And yeah, down here, I mean, pretty dark, pretty dreary right now. So if you want a door down here, you can put a door down here. I'm debating it. But really, this is kind of supposed to be our stronghold position over here. So this is where, like, we're going to have, like, our arms and armor over here. And that sort of thing. It is nice that it lights up over here, too. But, like, when you have your build hammer out, it's kind of nice that it lights up for you, but... a nice little pillar in there as well. And we'll probably end up sealing that up there. It's up to you if you want to do that too or not. A lot of options for you here. And again, on this side, we'll just switch back down to our yellow luminescent blocks here. And let me go back. Let me go back up here to our 1 meter. And this one I do kind of want to be in line with here, so we'll go over here. Do something like that. Too wide. Just basically lining up these windows here. Like this. And then we'll go ahead and place this in here as well. One thing you want to take note of though, also if you're doing windows and you have some that are lit up like this and some that are not, you know, if we would have left these punched out here and it would have been nighttime, it'd be a little weird if these were still giving off light. So this kind of gives the illusion that it's just always daytime outside. And whatnot, but yeah, so now we can actually see down there. You can see how we've hid most of this here. It doesn't really bother me that much. We could adjust the gate just a little bit here and pretty much hide the majority of this here. I guess that's up to you if you really want to do that or not. And then yeah, we'll have our armory down here, up here. We'll have some more. We'll just decorate it nicely. And then up here we have our nice little stairs here to get up here to our little balcony. It overlooks kind of the whole eastern side of the village here. So yeah, so I will end up fixing these rooftops here. More than likely. They're pretty minor, like you're not going to see it unless you're really staring. But it's kind of up to you. We can go ahead and get rid of this here now. So as with most of my builds, I love to give you guys options here. I know some people don't like that, but I just like creative freedom a little bit more here. Now we can close this up here. Alright, and since we got rid of that on the inside there, we can actually get rid of that roof up there, which I'm going to do on mine here. So it looks just a little bit cleaner. And so like this up here now. We can come back in here, go back to our 2 meter roof blocks here. And we can go ahead and remove these here now because it should be, it is still there. Why is that still there is the question. How are you still here is the question as well. Okay, let me go back to the 1 meters here. And we're just going to go ahead and get rid of these here so they're not sticking out of our roof no more. Just take it down an extra level here. Should be fine. And before we get too crazy here, we'll switch back down to our 2 meter roof. And using our snapping here, which should work. I'll bring this back over here. Like so. Okay, something just like that. I'll go ahead and get rid of these two here, and it's dark once again, but we're gonna power through this darkness here for a minute. Basically, I'll just come up here, and I will get rid of... I hear that patrol again. I think it's every night they spawn over there, so kind of fun that we're building this here. And it's kind of like we're actually protecting against something, you know? That should be all the wood then. We'll switch back to our actual 2-meter roof blocks here. And get that thing to push down in there. Very hard to see at nighttime. There, now our roof should be fixed. And now, this of course will have to be fixed as well over here on this side, but we do still need our lights and whatnot. But we have nice lights in here. I can actually come over here and look down here. I hear them walking, but I don't see them. Oh, there they were. They're right over here. There's the patrol that's walking there. Of bandits. Good thing our gates are closed. They know not to come into our village. Yeah, I mean, I think that is looking pretty decent here, actually. Not bad anyways, not bad. That's probably going to end up being our thumbnail right there. But of course, you can always decorate it up more if you want. Like, let me give you some options here. You can use these as sort of little bracers here. If you flip them around like this, the upside down ones, and then place them in there, you can actually get those to sit very nicely in there and look like they're something like that. Oh, did that work? Why did that not work? It's got to come out one more here, that's why. Snapping is the problem. Just to bring it out like that. You can add in a little more flavor if you want, which is fine if you want to do something like that. You know, I think that it looks fine without those, but if you want to make it look a little more realistic, like physics, naturally these blocks do kind of have some little wood sticking out there, which kind of makes it look like it would be supporting that as well. But then you can kind of see, you saw at nighttime there how it looks. Let's go to the daytime here, and we will look at the other side as well here. If you want to add in more fancy windows, like with, you know, little ledges and whatnot, that's fine too. I don't actually mind the way it looks there too much. We do need some windows on this side as well over here. And of course, our foundation is kind of floating there too, but that's all landscaping issues, not really the building itself. So we'll probably add in some windows up here as well here. What we can actually do here then is just go ahead and grab one of these and go to our ceiling block here. And if we place this in here, it should do what I want it to, but there's no promises. No, it's gonna be a pile. Okay, we're gonna have to do it manually still. Like this. got ourselves a nice little couple of double windows there. And then here, we can actually add in something like this. And if you want, you can actually grab some window frames, and you can stick them bad boys in there too. Just like that. Now you've got yourself a nice little alternative style of window there. If you want to do that kind of window type, looking at it from the outside here. That's what your window would basically look like right there. So it's really up to you how you want to decorate it. That's just an option for you there. And then I did have some other decorations here too that I was thinking about adding in here. So we do have a nice wall sign here. There's our big stone statues. And then I think the medium hall's banner might work on one side. So like this is obviously quite large here, so you can hang it if you want. Like you can hang it from up here if you'd want to do that. I think it'd look kind of weird right there. If you had smaller banners, you could actually hang up there. If you change your design a little bit, take out that window, you could actually hang a banner right there. I think what I'm actually going to do is just go ahead and place down nice decoration right here. Oh, that's going to be off a little bit there. We'll bring that out one more here. Like that. Basically just shows that it's a guard tower. And then we can go ahead and grab ourselves another little I'm going to first person here. Go ahead and grab another little screenshot there for the thumbnail. And I do want to add a nice little stone statue over here, so we can kind of see how big they are here. Basically what I'm going to do is I'll just go ahead and, I think I want to add one right here, but I add it on this side. Maybe right where that tree is, huh? Get rid of this tree. Did I bring my axe? I didn't bring my axe. Oh, wait, we had a dismantle button there. It's ready to punch. All right. Basically, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these little walls here that I added in. Why is that being such a pain? What I'll do here now then, if you're building this in the exact same spot as me, or if you want to add this to your build, you can as well. I will come in here to probably our regular stone block again here. And then I'm going to just go ahead and make a small little raised platform here. So 4 meters. Oops. All right, come on. Come on. We'll just go ahead and connect this over here like probably like this. I'm just gonna bring it this way some. I don't actually mind that little grass right there, but you can add whatever kind of platform you want in. Now I'm going to just make it a little more fine-tuned here. Let's see, what is that going to look like with our statue here? I want it to be a little closer here. So something like, okay, whoa. Something like that. So I need this to come a little bit closer here. Don't worry, we'll be fixing it up here a little bit. That. Our statue right over here like that. Nice big statue there. And we'll come back over here to this. This is 100% optional as well, guys. I feel like snapping is working against me 100% of the time today. Alright, then we just want to turn this. So, get rid of these blocks here. I'll have to do a little fixing of the landscaping and whatnot, but then basically we can just come straight off of this one. Of course, people are going to be able to come up here and jump over this, but, you know, if you really want to fix that, you can do what I did here and add a roof along there. So basically to do that, just come to your roofing blocks here, and then you just pretty much build them in like this. Is up to you. If you want to build an actual roof over this whole walkway here, you could do that as well, because this will stop people from, you know, theoretically, like if it was a real life, they would stop them from jumping over. But like obviously we have double jump in this game, so if they don't have double jump, they won't be able to get over this. But it's up to you how you really want to build it. But yeah, so now we have a little statue in there. So when you walk up here, basically you'll come off the main road here. And you'll hang a left here towards our village, and you'll see some lights going through the trees there. And you'll come right up here to our nice little gatehouse. So, yeah, I think it's turned out pretty nicely here. And we'll have a nice little path here. And all will be well. So feel free to add in more windows if you want. Feel free to take windows out if you want, or change things up if you want to. It's up to you really, but that is going to be the exterior for ours. It might change a little bit from now until I do the interior video, because I do plan on doing an interior decorating video for this as well. So do stay tuned for that if you do like this. If you have any other recommendations down in the comments below, let me know. And do consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel here if it does actually help you out, because you know, I like doing these videos. Obviously I want you guys to give me feedback on what you guys think of it as well here. So yeah, so obviously sometimes our builds are a little messier, sometimes they're a little cleaner. It just depends on what we're doing. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Later.